Today, I'm going to show you the number one crypto play that you can use for 2025. It trades for less than $1. And I think you could use it to turn every dollar you invest into a substantial gain as the crypto market soars higher. Now, it's no secret that Bitcoin is stronger than ever, and it's continuing to hit new highs. Over the past 5 years, even as stocks soared higher, Bitcoin has crushed the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. It's even outperformed high flyers like NVIDIA over the past decade. And according to my research, a sample of which I'll show you free of charge today, I believe that the price of Bitcoin is set to soar even higher in the weeks and months to come. Now, to verify my claims and my research, please check out our details and disclosures page. If you want the chance to capture the biggest gains, you must get into this new crypto rally as early as possible. If you've already started by buying some Bitcoin or even Ethereum, I say great start. But there's a right way and a wrong way to get into crypto right now. I'm going to show you exactly what to buy today. It's by far the number one way to get rich in crypto, and you can get started for less than $1. Many in the financial media are predicting Bitcoin will hit $150,000 in 2025. Now, others predict it could soar to $200,000. Still others say it will go even higher, calling for a $1 million target, which explains why so many of the world's most famous investors are all piling in. Legendary hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones, he's considered by many to be one of the best traders ever, and he owns over $80 million worth. Elon Musk is a huge fan too. Tesla and SpaceX, they own a combined $1.3 billion position. Now, billionaire Michael Saylor, he owns nearly $2 billion worth of Bitcoin directly, and his company, MicroStrategy, it owns $42 billion worth. Silicon Valley venture capitalist Tim Draper, who's one of the first investors in Robinhood and Skype and Tesla, he's owned it for 10 years, and he still thinks Bitcoin could go 10 times higher from its current levels, which that certainly makes sense. If history is any indicator, this new bull run is only just beginning, especially when you consider that a huge amount of institutional money is flooding into this space too. There's now over $100 billion invested in Bitcoin ETFs since the first one launched in January 2024. In fact, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, it's already attracted more money than its gold ETF, which launched in 2005. More than 50% of hedge funds have added Bitcoin to their portfolio too. Even Warren Buffett, he's famous for being a Bitcoin critic. He's profiting off of its rise. How? Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway owns shares of a digital bank that's enjoyed a huge uptick the past few years thanks to its Bitcoin platform. One pension fund advisor recommends every investor should own at least a little bit, saying a small allocation can have a big positive financial impact. And I agree. Not only do I expect Bitcoin to soar even higher in 2025, I think it'll likely keep soaring past 100,000, possibly reaching $1 million in our lifetime. Now, many of the most powerful, well-connected, and smartest investors in the world are loading up on Bitcoin in unprecedented ways. But that's not the only thing that makes this Bitcoin rally so unique. There's never been more momentum for crypto in Washington, D.C., as there is right now. President Donald Trump was an outspoken Bitcoin supporter during his campaign, branding himself the pro-crypto candidate. And it's not just rhetoric either. He personally owns as much as $5 million worth of crypto. Many of the most important people in his administration, they're big crypto supporters too. Vice President J.D. Vance, he owns Bitcoin, along with many other members of Trump's inner circle, including Vivek Ramaswamy and Howard Lutnick and Tulsi Gabbard. Now, his nominee for SEC chairman is highly regarded as crypto-friendly. He's even appointed an official crypto czar. But that's still not the only thing that makes this crypto rally so unique. There's another huge investor that I'll tell you about in a few minutes, worth more than all of the world's billionaires combined. And I believe it's about to enter the market in an unprecedented way. As they buy more and more Bitcoin in the months ahead, I expect prices are going to leap higher and higher, leading to the biggest bull market that we've ever seen in crypto. And we're already in a bull market. Now, mark my words, we are still in the very early stages of a mania, the calm before the storm. If you feel like you missed out on all the money that's being made in crypto, rest assured, you are not too late. Weeks from now, you'll think back to today and pat yourself on the back for acting when you did. Crypto is already the most lucrative investment of our lifetime. Over the past 15 years, Bitcoin has outperformed every other major investment class, blowing stocks and bonds and gold out of the water since it was created in 2009. That flat line across the bottom of the chart, it's what gold, stocks, and bonds look like compared to Bitcoin. The only asset in recent history that has been able to turn a $5,000 stake into $1 million in less than 10 years. Which is why it's caught the eye of so many folks who had been sitting on the sidelines. As this new crypto rally gains more and more steam, more and more folks are going to run out and buy Bitcoin too. But I have an unfortunate truth to tell you. When it comes to investing in crypto, these people will miss out on the biggest gains. That's because there's a much, much better way to profit from a new crypto rally. Unfortunately, most people, they know nothing about it. But as I'll show you today, if you follow this simple system, which has nothing to do with owning Bitcoin itself, or a Bitcoin ETF, or even a stock like MicroStrategy, which owns over $42 billion worth of Bitcoin, if you do that, the gains could be incredible. During one period, for example, this virtually unknown crypto system returned over 1,000% in just 4 months, which is why what I'm about to show you may be one of the most profitable crypto plays out there today. It's as easy to buy this as it is to buy Bitcoin. And the best part, you can get started for under $1, giving you the chance to capture amazing gains as this rally plays out with the potential to turn every $1,000 invested into $10,000 or more as Bitcoin explodes higher and higher. This is by far the best way to invest in crypto in 2025 and beyond that. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about in just a minute. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Eric Wade. I'm a crypto analyst at Stansberry Research, which is one of the world's foremost financial publishing companies. Our company got its start 26 years ago as a humble boutique research firm in the heart of Baltimore, Maryland. We've since grown into a publishing juggernaut, providing cutting-edge market research to over 1 million readers across the world. If you haven't heard of Stansberry Research before, you should know our company is made up of nearly 200 employees, and that includes 11 MBA holders, 2 CPAs, 2 JDs, 3 CFAs, 2 CMTs, a certified financial planner, a PhD, and even a medical doctor. Since Bitcoin got its start in 2009, I've spotted some of the most lucrative opportunities in the crypto markets. In fact, many of my firm's most successful recommendations in recent years have been the locked-in 10x gains that I've seen on cryptos like Band Protocol, 1,169%, Terra, 1,166%, Polymesh, 1,157%, Frontier, 979%, and Binance Coin, 963%. Soon, I'll expect to add even more to that list, including the crypto I'm going to show you today, which I believe could soar as this bull market gains even more momentum. Now, right now, conditions are in place for a historic move that I expect is going to be the greatest crypto bull market since Bitcoin even emerged. Just consider, nearly 50 million Americans now own some Bitcoin. Another 150 million people around the world own it too. Fidelity, which has more clients than any other brokerage in the world, they allow you to buy Bitcoin directly. So does Interactive Brokers. And Charles Schwab is about to do the same. There are 23 Bitcoin ETFs that you can buy through your broker. And though it's hard to believe, Bitcoin has now attracted more capital than even Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. In short, Bitcoin is clearly no longer just a fringe investment vehicle. It's now a mainstream asset. That's why the message that I'm sharing with you today is so important. Many folks will do nothing with this information. Even experienced crypto investors might be tempted to rush out and just buy more Bitcoin or trade in and out of Bitcoin ETFs. But here's the thing. If you rush out and buy the same investments that everyone else is buying, you might do okay. But if you want a low-risk system that has turned every $1,000 invested into $12,690 in the past, you need to leave the herd behind and take a stake in a different kind of crypto investment. I've been at the forefront of the tech industry for decades. I bought wallstreet.com for just $7 in the mid-90s, and I sold it a few years later for more than $1 million. That put me on the front page of Barron's and the Washington Post. In 2013, I began mining Bitcoin in my garage, something I still do to this day, using it to generate hundreds in profit every month. Now, by 2021, Bitcoin had risen nearly 1,000-fold. I recommended another popular crypto, Ethereum, to a small group of people who followed my work. Back then, you could buy Ethereum for just $90. Within 3 years, the price shot up 30x to more than $3,000. Since then, I've helped thousands of folks all over the world understand and profit from different cryptos, most of which the average person has never even heard of. Now, with great success, 27 could have doubled your money. 20 of them could have tripled or quadrupled your money. 13 of them could have made you at least 5 times your money, and 9 could have returned a minimum of 10 times your money. One man even reported making an incredible $54 million with my research. Now, the genius behind my unique crypto system has nothing to do with speculating on risky small cryptos just because of their small price. But if you know the secret behind my system, you could use it right now for the chance to make huge gains over the next few years. In a minute, I'll give you the chance to see the ticker symbol of my top crypto today and explain exactly how it works. Take Band Protocol, for example. It was a tiny crypto that I identified in 2020, a mere 1/10,000th the size of Bitcoin. But I wasn't just interested in its small size. This crypto provided real-time market data to any company that wanted to use it. And I was certain that demand for this crypto's applications was going to increase. I applied my system and recommended it to my followers. Even though Bitcoin was an attractive investment at the time, it was coming off of a 50% COVID-related pullback at the time. I knew that this smaller crypto was a more promising opportunity. Now, over the next 4 months, Bitcoin rebounded 68%. That's not bad. But over the same time frame, I booked a 1,169% gain on Band Protocol. That's over 12 times your money. Today, there's another crypto that I believe is even better than Band Protocol. Let me explain the specifics and why I consider my crypto approach the perfect system. Now, you might think I got lucky with Band, but the truth is I've used my system to find dozens of big winners over the years. Like Terra, a tiny crypto that I recommended in September 2020. It was small, trading for under $1, but more than that, it had developed a promising payment network that was allowing users to send money anywhere around the world without a middleman. Even though many big institutional investors were starting to move into Bitcoin, they were buying $11.5 billion worth in just 3 months at the time, I knew that this tiny crypto was way more promising. So I applied my system and I recommended it to my followers. 5 months later, Bitcoin had soared 344%. Now that's an impressive gain. But my tiny crypto, it jumped way more. It skyrocketed 1,166%. My point being, my crypto system can be the perfect approach for new crypto investors because there's little risk and huge potential for profits. This same approach could make you wealthy too if you take advantage of the crypto trading for under $1 that I've identified today, which I'm going to show you shortly. Now, one of the most successful cryptos I ever recommended is called Frontier. It was another tiny crypto that I found back in the beginning of 2021. It first caught my eye because it solved one of the biggest issues that crypto investors face. In short, Frontier offered an all-in-one wallet that anyone could use to safely store their cryptos. So I applied my system and I recommended it to my followers. Around the same time, many in the mainstream financial media, they were predicting big things for Bitcoin. Bloomberg strategist Mike McGlone, he expected it to hit $170,000, while Citibank's crypto analyst was calling for $318,000. Now, 5 weeks after I wrote to my subscribers, Bitcoin had jumped 44%. But my tiny crypto Frontier, it had soared 979%. But there's an even better way to take advantage of this crypto bull market right now. You can and should own some Bitcoin, and you'll probably do okay. But if you want to grow wealthy during this crypto boom, this is the crypto that you want to own. Here are the specifics. Now, before you rush out and buy Bitcoin, there's one important thing you should know. Bitcoin is a great asset to own, and I believe it will continue moving higher. But it's the biggest asset in the space by a large margin. Yes, it can still make investors decent money, and I recommend everyone own at least some. But the days of fast 1,000% gains are probably long gone. Bitcoin has grown into a behemoth. It has a market cap of $1.9 trillion, making it the 7th largest asset in the world. Now, given its size, it's unlikely to grow anywhere near as fast as it has in recent memory. Based on my experience analyzing cryptos and making recommendations in this space, this simple fact means the bigger, faster gains will come from smaller, lesser known cryptos. And that's why there's another small crypto that I believe is by far the best crypto investment that you could make in the world right now. Even though it's far from a household name, it's already well known in the tech space. It has partnerships with Dell, Google, LG, IBM, Boeing, and many others. And it has several other big advantages, which I believe could ultimately make it even more profitable for investors than Bitcoin. For one, it's way more energy efficient, which should make it more attractive to miners. A single Bitcoin transaction requires 848 kilowatts. That's roughly the equivalent of what the average house uses in a month. This smaller crypto, however, uses only 0.000003 kilowatts per transaction, making it drastically more energy efficient than Bitcoin. It's also able to process these transactions way faster. The Bitcoin network, for example, can only process 7 transactions per second, but this smaller crypto is capable of processing over 10,000 transactions per second, which is why I think it has so much greater long-term potential than Bitcoin itself. Or consider this. Another $100 million flooding into Bitcoin would barely move the needle. But the same amount of capital rushing into this smaller crypto would likely send the price soaring. And that's not all. There's even more momentum for the crypto space right now. Remember earlier how I told you there's another huge buyer that I believe will enter the crypto markets in a big way in 2025? This will likely help push Bitcoin way past $100,000 in 2025 and even higher in the next few years. Now, nearly all the news in the financial world points to soaring Bitcoin prices. But amid all the stories that you're going to find online, most folks completely missed this bit of news. The world's biggest investors, richer and more powerful than all the world's billionaires combined, are about to start piling into Bitcoin. Can you guess who I'm talking about? It's the world's central banks. Take a look at this recent headline from Business Insider. Senator Cynthia Lummis recently unveiled proposed legislation that would force the Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury to buy 1 million Bitcoin, up from the mere 200,000 that the government owns today. That would equal about 5% of the world's Bitcoin. For context, the U.S. also owns about 5% of the global gold supply. And now, with President Trump in the Oval Office again, it seems increasingly likely that this crazy idea could soon become reality. For one, he's stated he wants to create a Bitcoin national stockpile. And this idea has bipartisan support too. One thing's for sure, if this happens, and by the way, the betting markets, which were more accurate than polls and experts during the 2024 election, those betting markets believe it will happen. And if it does happen, other countries are likely to follow America's lead, forcing more money to flood into Bitcoin than ever before. And ultimately, that will send Bitcoin to record highs. That's why it's becoming undeniable. There have been 6 distinct Bitcoin bull cycles since 2013. I looked at each one and discovered something interesting. Every bull market in recent Bitcoin history has returned more than 100%, and half of those resulted in gains bigger than 1,500%, which means when the price of Bitcoin rallies, it soars. But here's something you might not realize. Within each of these larger cycles, there are clear moments when it's better to buy Bitcoin and moments when it's better to buy smaller cryptos, like my number one crypto for 2025. So in short, when this chart goes below 25, Bitcoin is the better play. When it tops 75, the smaller cryptos are making way more money. As you can see, clear as day, we are just about to cross that critical threshold for smaller cryptos. That means Bitcoin is likely about to take a back seat in terms of gain potential, and those smaller cryptos are about to lead the charge. That's not to say Bitcoin won't continue heading higher. I certainly think it will. But the point is that while Bitcoin soars, these smaller cryptos will soar even more. The gains ahead could be astonishing. In other words, all you have to do is get into the right cryptos early in this bull market. And that means you need to get in right now. The only question is, what's the best way to buy? To us, the answer is obvious. You want to own smaller cryptos, like the one I'm calling my top crypto recommendation for 2025. Don't go all in on Bitcoin. Don't waste your time with a Bitcoin ETF or speculate on a stock that owns Bitcoin. Smaller cryptos are where it's at. In fact, a smaller crypto has outperformed the top stock for 4 years in a row. Yet, I'd be shocked if 1 or 2 in 1,000 investors even understand this. But don't just take my word for it. For the past 25 years, my research firm has been helping people discover opportunities like these with fantastic results. It's normal for me to receive letters like this from Joel D., who subscribes to one of my crypto research publications, and he said, "I'm just an average 40-hour blue-collar worker. I took $10K out of my 401k to put towards cryptos that Eric recommended. I'm up well over 100K now." Or there's Jim S., who wrote in to say that he turned $3,000 into over $195,000 on a single trade. There's dozens of stories just like this. For instance, Mark R. wrote us and he said, "I turned $300,000 into $1.25 million. I've been investing and trading for over 20 years," he says, "and never have I enjoyed such gains on anything." Stan H. says, "My $5,500 investment turned into $320,000. And Alan T. told us, "Your service has been a game changer for me. I used it for a down payment on an income property, a purchase I never thought I'd be able to make." Look, the simple fact is, most investors will watch as the price of Bitcoin leaps higher and higher, and they'll run out and buy Bitcoin itself or an ETF. Many more will remain ignorant and do nothing at all. And these folks will greatly outnumber the 1% of investors who depart from the herd, taking a stake in the right, smaller cryptos using the strategy that I've uncovered. How do I know? Because even the world's smartest investors don't seem to have caught on yet to my number one crypto that I've told you about today. Maybe it's too small for them. But I dug through the news and hedge fund filings, couldn't find one of the billionaires that I mentioned a few minutes ago who owned a stake in this crypto that I've discovered. Now, as you've seen, lots of wealthy people already own Bitcoin. Many more rich investors will likely join them. Even the central banks are likely to start stockpiling it. But today, I'm going to show you how to get on the next great crypto investment. And I believe the results could be incredible for you. As I've shown you today, there's a more lucrative way to take a low-risk stake in this asset. I've put all the information about this crypto into a special report, which I'll tell you about in just a minute. Stansberry Research specializes in finding unique investment opportunities with high upside potential, like the one that I've shared with you today. But one of our favorite things to do is share what we've found with like-minded readers who get it. Folks who understand the world of investing, who are willing to look past the same old obvious cryptos and reach for something better. For example, in cryptos, the gains can be extraordinary when you catch the cycle at the right time. It's not uncommon for cryptos to soar by hundreds of percent or even more than that. In fact, take a look at some of these gains that we've discovered across our services. These are some of our best picks. All investments carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. And please remember, cryptos are volatile. But the simple fact is, opportunities like this don't come around often, perhaps once every few years. And history shows if you can catch just one bull run in cryptos, you may never have to worry about money again. Right now, a perfect storm is approaching us. Over the next few years, we could see the biggest crypto bull market in history. That's why I've been working long hours, day in and day out, seeking out the best investment opportunities and sharing these discoveries in a research letter called Stansberry Innovations Report. In the past few years, I've traveled over 32,000 miles in search of opportunities in crypto. I've also attended high-profile crypto conferences all over the world. I've met individuals leading cutting-edge crypto companies, like the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, who I met in 2016. ETH, the token, is now up over 375,000%. And Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, which soared 2,760% in just over a year. Today, my crypto network spans multiple continents, and my work has even caught the attention of government insiders. Want to know who? How about former Congressman Ron Paul, who, after learning of my research, he said, "Eric's by far one of the most connected and knowledgeable authorities in the crypto world. He's got the best track record I've seen of any crypto analyst, and more importantly, I admire both his enthusiasm and his honesty about his stuff." So using what I've learned in these travels, I've put together a special report detailing my top crypto anyone can take a stake in for less than $1. You can get all the details about this crypto, including the name and ticker symbol, in my newest report, and that is called the #1 crypto to buy in 2025. If you plan to buy crypto right now, I urge you to read this special report today. In it, I share all the details of the one crypto investment that I'm recommending using the same low-risk, high-reward system that I've used for years, which could hand readers incredible gains as crypto soars. Now, again, it's important to act now, before this crypto bull market turns into a runaway train. If you're interested, I can send you that report in seconds. I also want to send you a second special report that I recently put together. It details a second crypto that I'm just as excited about. Just like my #1 crypto pick, it's a lesser known crypto with way more upside potential than Bitcoin itself, 1,000% or more. In a crypto altcoin with 10-bagger upside, I'm going to show you why I believe it's positioned to become a key building block for one of the most important crypto networks in the world. Now, its technology is already being used by some huge Fortune 500 companies, including Nike, Meta Platforms, and Disney. Of course, I can't say for sure whether you'll turn $1,000 into $12,690. Keep in mind, the 5-year average gain of Stansberry Innovations Report was 28.6%. This gain measures the results achieved by all of our stock and crypto recommendations over the past 5 years. And of course, there are risks. All investments have some degree of risk. Past performance does not indicate future success. Never invest money that you aren't willing to lose. One of the best parts from Stansberry Innovations Report is that we're also on the hunt for the world's best tech stock opportunities. At last count, me and my colleagues, we have over 30 different open tech stock recommendations too, which is why I'll also send you another report featuring the name of one of our top stock recommendations right now. It's called Our Number One AI Stock. You already know AI is an unstoppable tech trend that's reshaping the global economy, and it's set to become a $15 trillion market in the next few years alone. The stock in this report sits at the center of this massive trend. It's not NVIDIA or any other well-known stock, but it produces a critical component needed for nearly every AI application today. You get all the details in our number one AI stock. Combined with my top crypto recommendations, you'll have absolutely everything you need for the chance to generate huge gains as these markets continue soaring higher. Now, right now, I'm convinced that a bull market is beginning in crypto. And if you own the right cryptos early on, you can generate huge amounts of money. The truth is, ever so often, the right forces align. The right people, the right infrastructure, and the right kind of macroeconomic conditions to set up incredible investing opportunities. That's what's happening today. My number one crypto of 2025 could become the best performer in our entire model portfolio. But there's only one way to find out. You have to see it with your own eyes. So today, I'd like to give you access to our latest research, totally risk-free. Specifically, our monthly technology investment advisory letter, which is called Stansberry Innovations Report. When you start a trial subscription today, you'll have instant access to 3 free reports. These are the number one crypto to buy in 2025, a crypto altcoin with 10-bagger upside, and our number one AI stock. You'll also receive our Stansberry Innovations Report newsletter delivered to you on the 3rd Friday of each month. Now, along with our entire model portfolio, which is in that, plus instant access to our complete library of dozens of back issues and special reports. How much does Stansberry Innovations Report cost? I think you're going to be thrilled when you find out. A 1-year subscription to Stansberry Innovations Report, including everything that I mentioned here. Now, normally, that costs $499 per year. That's what many others have paid. But right now, you can try our research for much less than the normal rate. When you sign up, you're going to receive these 3 special reports. That's the number one crypto to buy in 2025, a crypto altcoin with 10-bagger upside, and our number one AI stock, plus complete access to dozens of back issues and special reports, as well as 12 issues of our investment advisory newsletter, Stansberry Innovations Report, delivered on the 3rd Friday of each month. Why are we offering a discount? Well, we figured the best advertising for our research is to let you see the actual work and the results for yourself with no commitment. And to encourage you to give it a try, I'd like to give you the opportunity to review Stansberry Innovations Report at a ridiculously good price. Take the next 30 days to decide if Stansberry Innovations Report is right for you. And if it's not, just let us know. We'll send you a full refund and you can keep everything that you've received free of charge. In other words, you're only agreeing to try my work and see if you like it. You'll be hard-pressed to find a bigger opportunity than the less than $1 crypto that I uncovered and I would like to share with you today. And it's all yours for the taking, if you know where to look. To get started right away, click the Get Started button below. Now, imagine earning hundreds, thousands, perhaps even tens of thousands when you take a stake in this crypto trading for under $1. It might sound too good to be true, but ever so often, the right forces align to set up this opportunity that I've shared in this presentation with you. It's without a doubt one of the most powerful investment opportunities that you will ever see in your life. If you feel like you missed out on Bitcoin's gains, a lot of people do, Well, this could be your chance to make up for that lost time. Because if you know about this opportunity, you could stand to make huge gains as this crypto bull market continues. Now, for the full details and to find out how much you could personally collect, get the full story now.